Hi, my name's John Knowles. I'm excited to be presenting at this year's virtual convention. This is a first for me. I think it's a first virtually. Hopefully we do not have to work through any technology issues. I am currently the goalie coach at Roberts Wesleyan College here in Rochester, New York. I also work with a number of youth teams in the area here. I work with some club goalies, as well as own my own goalie company. So today we'd like to talk about some cognitive training ideas for your goalies. And cognitive seems to be a very big buzzword these days being thrown around. And basically I like to think of cognitive as just thinking. What do we do when something goes on, when there's some change in environment for us? A lot of the stuff you'll see today, you may have seen already in terms of hand-eye drills, read and react drills. What I really want to focus on is what do we do after the read and react. So read, react, do, based on, again, environmental changes or some other stimuli we will go through to look at. That's about it. So you can check out the handout for these drills. My contact information's in the handout. We will go through these and revisit them at the end. I would like to introduce my helpers today. So why don't we do that?
I'm Natalie. I am the current junior goalie at Roberts Wesleyan, and I coach 3D Common Goal goalies.
Hi, I'm Maura. I'm a 2026, and I play for Common Goal Lacrosse Club.
Great. All right, the first activity we're going to do, I call it racquetball towels. And we'll come over here to look at this. What this is the working goalie will set up a set of 6 different colored hand towels. It can be construction paper. It can be however you'd like to identify different color areas. Maura is setting these up in spots where she'd like to work on her hand placement. And she really wants to work on recovering her top hand, putting the ball on the proper color, and getting reset to do the next one. Natalie will be throwing different color balls to match the towels, and we like to start with a 3-color toss to get them warmed up. So although we have 6 colors mentioned there, 3 of those will be distracting colors at this point. And we will run through this with both Maura and Natalie and see how the age difference makes any difference, if any at all. One of the things we like to work on here, you'll notice Maura, when she missed that ball, she moved right on to the next one. We like to work on, if you miss that save, resetting your mind quickly. If you focus on the one you missed or delaying that, trying to get to the towel, it really impacts the next 2, 3, maybe 4 balls. So we really like to work here on, just focus on the next one. If you don't make that catch cleanly, if you don't put it down cleanly, just move on to the next ball, refocus, refine. And one more time with 3. All right, and now we'll progress to a toss to Maura using all 6. This adds the complexity, 3 more balls for her to focus on. Natalie can adjust the speed, slower, faster, based on how the working goaltender is doing. And here we go with 6. Depending on the goalie working too, their experience, their quickness, give them a little time to reset. Again, what do you want to work on? If you want to work on some quicker reaction time with their hands while you're doing this, you can throw those a little quicker. So now we'll mix it up and we'll throw Natalie in there and we'll start her progression with the 3 and move up to the 6. All right, we'll do one more set of 3 with that. All right, and we'll progress into the 6 ball. All right, and the final 2 progressions of this, we'll switch them back again so Maura can work on this. In this one, the server is going to pick up the ball off the ground, hold it up momentarily. The working goalie is going to identify the color that was picked up. So if it's black, Maura will call black, make that save with her hand and place it on the proper towel. The second progression of this is the same throwing motion, the same recognition pattern for the goalie. However, she will have to put it on a color that is not the one she calls.
Red, green, pink, purple, black, purple, purple, black, pink, green, red, pink, green, blue, purple, blue.
And if you notice here, Maura has 2 blacks on the purple towel. Again, the quicker you can get these balls coming in, the quicker they need to think and process that. In this case, she identified the black ones properly and put them on the incorrect towel. The final progression is the same throwing motion we just saw. The ball will be picked up. She will identify it, but she needs to pick it, put it down on a color which is not matching the ball.
Ready? Purple, purple, green, purple, red, pink, red, green, green, purple, you're good, pink, you got it, pink, red, green, blue, purple. Nice.
And we will run through those 2 progressions with Natalie. Natalie has done these a few more times with me at Roberts, and you should notice a little different proficiency.
Green, black, red, pink, purple, 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 pink, purple, red, green, red, green, blue, 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 black, pink, black.
And the final progression for Natalie is the same identification with placing the ball on the color not matching the ball.
Blue, pink, black, red, pink, purple, pink, green, green, blue, black, black, purple, red, red, blue, green, black.
All right, great job on those. So as you can see, there was a little more difficulty, a little more thought involved in identifying the color and placing it somewhere that did not match. All right, moving on. The next one, many of you have probably seen this. I call it Vegas. I've seen it called cards. Basically, we're going to flick playing cards at the goalies. They need to catch them or do a low squat, low save to pick up one they dropped. However, the cognitive piece we're adding into this is they're playing 21. As they catch and alternate, they have the time that their partner is catching and figuring it out to add up their cards to be 21. They need to be exactly 21. If they start at 16 and go over, they have to subtract that. Jokers and marked cards are actually they're going to switch hands and have to figure that out quickly. Let's see, the face cards are worth 0, aces are worth 1. So let's try this. Having a rough go of it this morning at the catching. Typically on this drill, I don't worry as much about the catching as with the hand to the card. In this case, again, we're adding a little cognitive piece. And the one thing they could be doing here is making that low squat, low save to pick up a card they missed.
Oh, finally!
Oh, we switch. Right here.
No! I did 1.
No, you took my beautiful hand.
All right, so this week it didn't go so well. Nobody won. As they're collecting those, a few things. Again, I mentioned we typically, I don't mind if they don't catch those cards. We don't typically pinch our fingers together on a saving motion. I usually am more concerned with just getting a hand to that card, simulating a hand to ball. In this case, they're obviously trying to catch that to make their cards get to 21. This time through, let's make sure we get those low saves and pick up a card we missed to make sure we can try to get that hand done. So again, we can work on a little bit of fitness, a little bit of conditioning here if you want them to get down and pick those cards up. We could progress this through if they notice it's a card they don't want, they don't need to pick it up, but just tap it while it's down. So let's try this one again. Let's make sure we add the low saves in.
Maybe I'll catch one this time.
All right, here we go. Get it if you want it. Again, face cards are worth nothing, so it may not be worth the effort to go get a face card. Again, you can add this into different pieces. Maybe the suits, they do something different. Maybe the colors, they do something different. Pretty much up to your imagination. You can be very creative with these activities. Again, we're just trying to read, react, and do.
I don't know what the number is. I don't want that one. I just completely lost it. Oh, dang it. Come on, give me a 3.
All right, that was it for that one.
I'm at 20.
So again, on this one, hopefully you're thinking of a few variations that can be done on it. Again, I mentioned suit, I mentioned color of card. Mix it up, make it interesting. Maybe 8s or card, hand switches, however you'd like to make that happen. So we will move on to our next one at this point, called matching pucks. All right, so the object of this is the blaze pods will light up. They're set to match the puck colors. When the pod lights up, Natalie needs to switch the puck that belongs behind the pod with the puck that's not and tap the pod. If it's the same color, you just tap the pod and move on. This activity goes on for 1 minute. If she has all 6 pucks in the proper spot, it just basically ends up with a hand-eye hitting to the pod drill. So let's give this a try. Seconds left. This one also, you can add in a component of fitness, and an option and an alternative for this is you could shorten this up to 30 seconds and have your goalie doing a plank while this is going on. There's a number of different options you could throw in as well. Maybe they're standing up and having a low squat and move those pucks. Again, get creative. The objects to read, react, and do. 10 seconds. All right, and let's see how Maura does with this. Ready?
Ready, set, go.
Good job, girl. Good job.
So you can see in this one, Maura is, she's a little frantic on this. It's a little less of doing this and just the mind trying to keep up with the hand-eye, that read, react, and do.
Nice, nice.
30 seconds.
Good job, girl. Nice, you got it. Good job.
5 seconds.
Oh, nice.
Well done. And of course, we're goalies and we like a little bit of competition. So now we will make them go head to head. Same rules as the individual. They're just trying to move their pucks and tap the color first. What I want them to focus on is finishing that movement, that puck movement action, even if they're the second one in there, and basically try to catch up. Are you ready?
Oh, yeah.
Ready, set, go.
You see, adding in the competition here even added a little more thought, it's a little more frantic as they try to brace each other to get there first.
No.
30 seconds.
Oh no.
You can tell how competitive they are by how hard they're smacking those pods and having them bounce off the turf.
I'm all messed up.
10 seconds.
I think so.
All right, so that's how we do that with the pods. Again, you can be creative and figure out different ways to simulate that. You could use cones. There's also a free app, the Switched On app, which I will show you how we can do that with the Switched On app now. So we're actually gonna change this up just a little bit, and both Natalie and Maura are going to make a pyramid with one puck on top and then the 5 below. So it'll be like a 1, 2, 3 pyramid. When the Switched On app lights up, it will indicate either a puck color or a number which is on top of the puck. So as you can see, the reds are 1, orange is 2, yellow is 3, blue is 4, green is 5, and purple is 6. So besides switching up the app and how we're doing this now, we're also going to add in a numeric recognition as well. So the app will indicate either a number or a color. And they will, I believe this time, this stays on for half a second. You do not need to smack the phone.
Darn.
You guys ready?
Yeah.
Ready.
Oh.
Hold on, and I messed up. Back to our technology discussion. And we'll let them play this one out. Sometimes the best planned practices don't go as planned. So this takes it right back to the straight hand-eye coordination, read and react drill.
I see your hand. Okay.
All right, and we will kill that one. All right, so back to the switched on app with both the colors and the numbers. I will include a screenshot of this in my handout so you can see how this is set up. So this will go for 30 seconds, I believe. Are you ready?
Oh yeah.
So the number or the color is getting moved to the top of the pyramid, and you're trying to keep your same shape of your pyramid. Number or color? Don't have to tap. Don't need to tap.
There we go.
It only stays on for half a second.
Oh my gosh.
So you can change the delay time on this. It's set to half a second right now. So you see the stimuli only pops up there for half a second. They really need to be focused in on what the environmental change is and then finding out what to do based on that change. You can change those settings for longer. I believe that's as fast as it can go. There's also a 1 second delay between when they show, so they have a little bit of time to reset here. Also teaches a little bit of patience. You'll notice there that the orange puck, the number 2, flashed a couple times in a row. You can really work on that wait, or that hold, and go. All right, and we'll do that one more time. Are you ready?
Oh yeah.
The next progression of this, we'll be doing the same thing. However, I will pick up the app in my hand, and instead of visual stimuli, we'll do audio stimuli where I'm calling out the number or color and they need to react to that. We don't typically use audio stimuli to locate ball, but it helps with what they do during chaos, me speaking, them having to figure that out. You could turn on the music, you could add multiple voices. Again, try to be creative, make them react, make them think, make them do under pressure and under chaotic situations as well. All right, and that ended that one. All right, so last one. This one, I'm just holding the app up. I'm going to identify what to move as you just did now, except you cannot see, so you'll need to listen for these changes. So one last time through. Are we ready?
Heck yeah.
3, 2, 1, 2, 3. Purple, red, yellow, 5, red, 3, 5, purple, yellow, 5, 3, 4, 1, 5, 1, 6, 2, purple, green, 4, 4, yellow, 3, red, purple, 3, yellow, 1, yellow, blue, 1, 5, yellow, 4, 2, green, purple, purple, and done. And as you notice, I messed up the last purple myself. That was actually a blue, so it's good training for you coaches as well to try to keep up with that. And that's reaction time. Again, with the pucks, you can do cones, you can use whatever you have, different colored socks. Be creative. Again, the purpose here is to make them read, react, respond, have some hand-eye coordination. But what do we do after we identify the change? All right, so we are going to move on to with a stick now. Everything's been no stick so far. And I call this one save or shot. So what's going to happen is Mora is going to react to the ball Natalie holds up. And that may be a pile of colored ones she has there, green, white, blue, orange, purple, and pink, and she'll throw a yellow one in there. If it's a non-yellow ball, Mora is going to make the low save based on the location of the ball on her arc. If Natalie holds up a yellow ball, I'm going to hand toss the yellow ball for a save. Again, we're not looking for hard shots. We're not looking for save motion necessarily. Just that the fact that Mora needs to think about what to do. So let's give this one a shot. Switch them up. So again, you can mix this one up as well. If you have a shooter in there ready to shoot the ball. You can have them move around the 8 as well, so the goalie needs to track where that yellow ball is, so when it's identified with their server, with their helper, they know how to turn for that as well. In this example, we're doing everything from up front, and again, it's more recognize what to do with what color I see. So now we're going to move on. Similar setup. Now we're going to use we have 3 dummies set up here, and we're actually going to identify the dummies. So we have dummy 1s on the far side, dummy 2s in the middle, and dummy 3s on this close side to us. So now, based on the number of ball they saved, they're going to need to watch that save into their stick, identify what they saved, and locate the target. Again, 1, 2, and 3. We're actually using yellow, blue, and white numbered balls today. So let's give that a try. Very similar to the last one, except this time we can throw in some clearing into this as well. All right, when you're ready. This is also helping the goalies focus on saving the ball and watching it with their eyes into the back of the stick, finishing that save motion, and doing what's next based on the color they see, or the number they see, I'm sorry. right, as they go collect those balls. Again, we're working on the do here. So the read react is, you know, identifying the save the ball, doing the save motion as we normally do. But now they really have to focus in on what they're saving and what to do with it. We'll go through the exact same thing with Natalie, and then we're going to add some complexity to it. So this time we're going to move on, and we're going to add an audio piece of this. We're going to add a right, left, center as well. So now either I say nothing and they react to the ball number, or as the save's being made, I call right, left, center, and they go to that dummy. So when we'll start this off with Maura again. So as we get reset here. So this one's audio. If I say nothing, you're getting just as we did it. If I say right, left, and center during the save motion, the audio command overrides the visual command. Hopefully we know right, left, and center. If they don't know their right, left, and center, as long as they're consistent within themselves, that's fine. Left. Right. That one was a non-numbered ball, so she just dropped it. The other thing you can do to this one is you can drape pennies around the dummies and have a color difference as well. It could match the ball, it could not match the ball, so you could yell out color, number, location. Again, be creative with this. There's a lot of variations you can do to this to really make them think. Center. And last ball. And we'll do one more, Natalie. Give them time to reset. Again, you can change it up. You could move the location of the dummies. If you want, you could drape a colored penny around it and have a other coach, another player move it around as they're making those motions. Again, make them look at what's going on as well as having to react based on the ball being thrown at them. Have them watch that changing environment as well and react and do, again, is what we're working on. So one last time, Maura, if you want to call out the location of those for her. All right, so we're going to progress this to adding the pods we used earlier and have a visual identification to them. So we're going to move these pods up, 2 on each. And now they're going to have to react to a change in color. in this case, our server, could be a coach, your other goalie, is going to throw the ball into the goalie, working goalie, to make that save. The pods are staying lit for 1 second. As they make that save motion, they need to identify which one is lit and try to hit the dummy again. So let's see how this goes. Are you ready? Let's go.
set,
Another option is to attach these pods higher up, so they need to keep their eyes up. I didn't strap the pods on this morning, so they're having to maintain a focus down at the feet of those dummies, if you will, as well as higher up on them to find their target. And we'll switch them up and we'll try that with Natalie. Again, you can change these up. You could have a pod on each, or a colored cone on each one of the dummies, and maybe 3 field players are identified as the other pods or the other numbers, whatever you choose to do. And maybe in the case where it's not one of the dummies, they need to find that field player on a clear. They could be moving. There's a lot of options. Again, try to think on that. What are we doing after we react? After we find. And are you ready? Here we go. If I do it right.
ready, set, go.
This also helps them focus on making next move. And you can see here as well that a couple of times we were thinking ahead and perhaps didn't save as well as we should have. Really focus on, during working these cognitive drills, to make sure you finish one movement at a time. Try that one more time? One more each? All right, they want to do that one more each. This I like to hear, if we can design drills, especially ones that are more of the, not lacrosse tactical, not technique wise. If they're having fun doing these, it's really good too. I've found that a lot of these drills they really enjoy. They enjoy being challenged. We'll run through one more each with this one, and we'll chat with them afterwards and hear from them how they thought this went as well. All right, so same thing, just one more time through. And you notice Natalie changed her location for the clear, so you can work on the different angles if you want as well. You ready?
Oh yeah.
Here we go.
Ready, set, go.
Ooh, hit the ball. Yeah, let's go, girl.
Oh.
Nice. I like it. Shows me a lot of the left side.
That's 4 seconds.
Yeah. Let's go. One more.
And one more time with Natalie. As you can see there, Maura got a little ahead of herself in a couple cases. Again, you can control the speed. They don't have to match every pod. Work with your goalie on what they're capable of achieving. Push them. You can change the pod speed. You can miss every second one if you need to. Again, be creative with this. Work with your goalie for what they need, for what level they are at. Last one. Last one, and then we'll chat to you guys. Are we ready?
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Ready, set, go.
Knocked them over this week.
Go down.
5 seconds. And that's it for our drills today. We'll get Nat and Maura to come on over. We can discuss those a little. So again, when I'm coaching, I like to inquire what they learned, how it went for the day. I'm always looking for improvements based on what their experience is with these as well. So let's start with Natalie. Natalie, your thoughts on the cognitive piece of this and how you think it benefits?
With the cognitive side, I think it. Sorry, I'm a little tired. No, I think it just benefits with like the working through everything that goes on in front of you in net. Like there's always players, ball. There's so much you have to focus on, and being able to like take a second and focus in on the ball, I think really helps work on like the peripherals along with like how to like work on everything cohesively, not just you're in the net, save the ball. Like that's not just your job.
Great. Maura, how about you?
Even though it doesn't look like it, I feel like the cognitive piece ties in a lot to gameplay, because in the middle I've noticed with myself, I need to take a step back from time to time to reset myself and focus back in the ball. So I think this really helps to practice with that.
Great. Thank you for watching today. I had a great time presenting this. Hopefully it spurred some thought in your head. Hopefully it gave you some ideas of how to do some drills on your own or incorporate these ones. Everything we did here today will be in my handout. My contact information is also in there for questions. If you know, for whatever reason you need to reach out to me, all that information is in there. Again, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoy the rest of the convention, and see you later.